So it's 3, 2, and 1. We are live to the audience now. You can start the session. Over to you, sir.
Astha to start.
Hello to Live Pharma Coalition LPC audience viewers and LPC-94 leadership speakers, panelists and moderators. My name is Asta Marke, starting today's LPC-94 leadership session. As you may know, every week, Sunday at 11 a.m. Indian Standard Time is fixed time for weekly LPC online pharma discussion session. This LPC online pharma discussion is for all pharmaceutical, life science and healthcare industries. People from all departments and sub-departments across the globe. Also, LPC have started its commercial arm, that is LPC Mentor Program for LPC registered members, to have customized learning and sharing platform every month, third Sunday at 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So this month we will have LPC Mentor Program on 20th Feb 2022 at 5 p.m. to fulfill your need of customized learning on skills required in pharmaceuticals, life science, and healthcare industries. Before we start today's LPC 94 leadership session, I would like to introduce and hand over it to today's session moderator, Mr. Arpan Kumar Paul sir, and he will share past, current, and future current numbers of LPC and aim, objectives, missions, visions for pharmaceutical, life science, and healthcare industries across the globe. About Urban Sir, I'm sure many of you must be following our storyteller on Facebook and LinkedIn, but today let me take the pleasure of introducing Arpan Sir, our moderator who narrates amazing stories almost at will, which is very close connected with his life in pharmaceutical industry. Arpan Sir is an MBA in HRM and has a rich experience of 25 years in Zydus in sales of marketing. He has been an approved guest faculty of Sikkim Manipal University for the professional batch of MBA students. Today, Arpan Sir is a training consultant and has tried to establish himself in the blue ocean of storytelling in the pharmaceutical industry. Storytelling is a lens that identifies and magnifies what really matters in marketing. And Arpan Sir has tried to breathe new life into his stories by connecting them with pharma marketing. At LPC, he tries to open every session with an exciting anecdote to grab the audience attention and then narrates a story that can resonate with the audience long after the story is over. As a moderator, Arpan Sir has always tried to bring to surface the achievements of the speakers, giving cognizance to the hurdles in their career journey and how they have brushed it aside to become a winner. He also adds values after every speaker deliberation with his profound knowledge and marketing theories. Arpan Sir has the uncanny knack of fitting into any role assigned to him and pulls it off with effortless ease. He doesn't shy away from upskilling and reskilling himself and considered himself a lifelong learner. We wish him success in endeavors.
Thank you so much, Astha, for this wonderful introduction. Well, I was never sure that such wonderful words can be coined on me. So thank you so much, dear, and God bless you. And you also get a lot of success in your future endeavors. Thank you, Astha.
God bless you, Asta.
Yeah. So good morning, friends. Today we had a small beginning of LPC with Astha, and we couldn't have expected any sweeter than our dear little Astha to start this meeting today. But the thing is that today the country woke up to the sad news of the sudden unprecedented demise of Lata Mangeshkar, the legendary singer and Bharat Ratna recipient. Okay, she was lovingly known as the Nightingale of India, and when she passed away, she was 92. She has left behind a treasure trove of songs vocalized in her melodious voice and has sung across a career that lasted for over 70 years. She has also been a Rajya Sabha member. Rest in peace, Lata Didi, and your songs will always be etched in great memories of ours. So you may not live, but your songs will live forever. So on this note, we pay our tribute to the Nightingale of India, Lata Mangeshkar. Now, coming back to LPC, friends, it's said that if you live to earn, you earn to live. But if you live to learn, then you learn to live. And that is what LPC has been following for so long, that we are always learning something new every session of LPC. And today we are on LPC 74, continuing the learning journey of sharing our knowledge, which we have gained out of the experience of working in this wonderful pharma industry. So to begin today's session, let me share my screen. So welcome to Life Pharma Coalition, the world's largest online pharma discussion platform, which is purely dedicated to learning and sharing. So today LPC has come to that platform after weeks and months and years of achievement by way of bringing on fantastic personalities in the pharma industry who have shared their learning experience in our platform, and that is why it is becoming larger and larger with every passing week. So now LPC is divided into 5 different sessions for 5 specialty speakers. Week 1 dedicated to leadership, week 2 to global, week 3 for young, week 4 for academic and manufacturing, and week 5 for women in leadership. LPC, the journey was started way back in May 2020. It was a small thought wave which came to the mind of Mr. Raman Marke, which he shared with his 3 friends, Mr. Yashwant Mishra, Mr. ICS Verma, and Mr. Vinod Vaswani. And this thought wave that was there infused into these 4 people gradually started percolating into the top 28 strong executive members of LPC, who are spread across the length and breadth of the country and who bring lots of variety to the table as far as knowledge sharing is concerned. Today, LPC has a Facebook page reach of 20,000 with 5,000 Facebook engagement and 2,000 LPC YouTube subscribers. The latest feather in the cap of LPC is the first, second, and third LPC. In the first LPC, which is online pharma discussion for all every Sunday at 11 a.m., which we are currently in. The second LPC is the Mentor Master program only for the LPC registered members on every month. And third LPC is the collaboration with companies, institutions, consultancy agencies for weekly session support and LPC registration. So we have already had 6 LPC Mentor Master programs, and we have got a fantastic response from the LPC registered members. And friends, if you have not registered for LPC, it's high time that you register for our Mentor Master program. I can assure you, friends, that you will definitely be exposed to a plethora of knowledge and learning from the wonderful mentors and masters that we bring on LPC Mentor Master program. So coming to today's Life Pharma Coalition, which is LPC 94 leadership, today we have Mr. Bhaskar Chakravarti, who is the former adjunct faculty of Presidency University, Bangalore. And today he is going to throw light on leadership in pharma industry. Due to certain constraints, we are unable to have Mr. S.K. Sharma, but the topic that he had in store for all of us is going to be taken up by Satwant Kaur Manku ma'am. And in fact, Satwant ma'am is going to discuss on stress and anger management as well. So in our panelists, we have Mr. Raman Marke and his daughter as the 2 co-panelists, and I am ably supported by Mr. Yashwant Mishra, who is my co-moderator. So friends, please continue watching LPC live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And it's time for me to thank Life Pharma Coalition LPC 93, which was last Sunday on women leadership, which was viewed by our audience on Facebook page and YouTube live. So please continue watching LPC and give your support as we complete one episode after the other. So now I will hand over the session to Yashwant sir, who is going to take the next part of the session. So over to you, Yashwant sir.
Thank you very much, Arpan, and welcome all the viewers, speakers, and the panelists. Welcome to LPC 894.
Excuse me, sir.
Please close the sharing.
Sir, actually, this session is supported by Imagica Health.
Okay. So we are happy to say that our session is supported by Imagica Health, and we are very much thankful and grateful to Imagica Health. Thank you very much. So if you come to stress, as you know, we all live with stress, some personal life and some physical life, some corporate stress are always there. But the danger is, if you live with stress, you are putting your physical and mental health at risk. So stress, not only stress, but anger. Stress and anger narrows your ability to think and clear function. Not only that, it also limits your enjoyment of life. That is why all across life we need to manage our stress and anger. So what we thought in LPC is, why don't we address this challenging issue which is there with each and everyone? And to address this issue, we have Satwan Kaur Mankuman, who is going to give us an insight on anger and stress management. So ma'am, welcome again as a speaker. You are a core team member. An overview of your topic, Satwan ma'am.
Thank you, Yashwant. First of all, I would like to thank Astha for the nice start she has given to LPC 94, and welcome everyone to the program, Mastarda, as we lovingly call him, and even Raman for a change. I'm seeing Raman's daughter over here, Astha. Arpan, good morning. Thank you so much for having me on this LPC platform. So I'm going to discuss the topic today. Actually, Mr. S.K. Sharma was to take this topic of stress and anger management. Due to some unavoidable reason, he cannot join us today. But he has promised that in the coming LPC's sessions, he will join and take the session further from what we are going to discuss today. So look forward to having more insight into the stress and anger management by Mr. S.K. Sharma. I'm going to discuss about the various aspects about the stress and how it, as we have already given a brief, we are going to discuss about what is stress. Very importantly is identify the stressors that is creating us the stress and how it is impacting our life and performance, and how should we manage the stress and anger. A small tips we will be discussing in our presentation, and later on we will discuss the whole thing. Over to you, Arpan. Sorry, over to you, Yashwant.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Looking forward to learn from you. Thank you for accepting our invite to be a speaker. And with ma'am, we have Bhaskar Chakravarti, who is known as Bhaskar Da in our pharma fraternity. He is well known, and he is known as a man of Uganda because he has spent 15 years in Uganda. He is former adjunct faculty in Presidency University of Bangalore. So Bhaskar Da, welcome to LPC. We are really humbled and grateful that you accepted our invite and you took time to share your views on leadership in pharmaceutical. So welcome. A brief overview of your topic, Bhaskar Da.
Okay, thank you, Yashwantji. Let me start with a small correction. I've spent 15 years in Sudan, not in Uganda.
Sorry, Sudan. Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So, today I'm really happy that I've been invited by LPC and to speak about leadership in the pharma industry. So what I'll do is I'll basically take you through the journey of leadership in brief. The various, selected concepts in leadership and the qualities of leadership and the journey of a leader. And then I will reveal to you some of the pioneering leaders in our pharma industry, Indian pharma industry, and global pharma industry. Right? So that is what I intend to do.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to learn from you. And before I hand over session to Arpan for a formal introduction of Bhaskarda and take the session ahead, once again, we are thankful to Imagika Health for supporting our session. And Imagika Health is into digital ideas, marketing automations, and digital strategies. Thank you very much. And for the viewers, please keep on encouraging us, keep on sharing your learning, and keep on asking questions. Over to you, Arpan.
Thank you so much, Yashwant sir. Yes, indeed. Today we have a new session support partner in the form of Imagika Health, and all our good wishes to them for being so much supportive in our learning journey. So we look forward to your constant support as we get onto different sessions with different speakers. So thank you so much for that. Satwant ma'am does not require an introduction because she is someone who has taken the LPC session forward in so many of our episodes. She has been a go-to person for anybody who required any sort of help for session or anything, and she has always been very philanthropic in her endeavors. But to give a formal introduction of ma'am, she is a management graduate, and in the pharma industry, she has made her presence from 1990 with an experience of almost 32 years. She has worked in companies like Cipla, Ranbaxy, Universal Medicare, and also Zydus Cadila. She is an entrepreneur and has started her own agency by the name of Vivid Management Services in October 2004, who provide services in brand management, learning and development, and HR placements. They cater to both domestic as well as international markets. Satwant ma'am is also associated with Narsi Monji Institute of Management Sciences as a faculty member and moderator for its pharmacy colleges, and she has donned many roles in sales and marketing and has a good learning experience in pharmaceutical, nutraceutical range of products. She started her career with Protec as a sales officer in 1990 and became area manager and regional manager, and has launched Protec in Thane district as a area manager. She has launched Solus Pharmaceuticals as a regional brand manager in 1995 and later moved into product management team as brand manager in 1997. She joined Universal Medicare, which is now known as Sanofi Aventis, as a product manager in November 1998 and got promoted as a group product manager. She started her own agency, and prior to that, she joined Zydus Cadila in June 2003 as a group product manager, and then started her own agency, that is Vivid Management Services, in October 2004, who provide services in brand management, learning and development, and HR placement. She is associated with Narsi Monji, as I said already. So welcome Satwant ma'am to LPC, this time on a different note as a speaker who is going to throw light on something that we all are affected with, that is anger and stress management. In fact, anger is something which is uncontrollable, and anger is something which basically devastates every good thing that we have done. And how to manage this anger, which becomes stress if not arrested. And that is exactly what Satwant ma'am is going to throw light upon. So Satwant ma'am, it is over to you so that you can de-stress us and take the anger out of us. So over to you.
Thank you, Arpan. Thank you for the elaborate my introduction. And it's a privilege to speak here on the LPC and also be on the panel on the LPC. Today I'm going to take a topic which was originally to be taken by Mr. S.K. Sharma. The topic is on the stress and anger management. But as I said earlier, due to some reason, he cannot join in today. So I am taking up the session right now. And as Arpan has said, like we will like to go through the whole, what is stress, what is anger, and how it badly affects our lives, our relations. So we will go through that. But before I go on to that, I would like to pay my homage to our Lata Didi, who we lost today. She was a nightingale, and we have grown up listening to her songs and her melodious voice. So she will stay in our hearts forever. And rest in peace, Lata Didi, and our respect to Lata Didi. Thank you. So now I will move forward with the presentation. Um, I'll have a screen sharing. So I'll share the screen. Arpan? Yeah. So
Yes,
take
put
the,
it on full screen.
I will prefer having it in this way. Otherwise, then I don't see you. Because I want to see you all. Is it okay? Now is it okay?
Yes, yes, perfect. Please carry on.
Yes. So now, correct. Right. So today's topic that we are going to see, go through is a very pertinent topic which we all experience during the day, maybe number of times, like, stress and anger management. But before we go on to the management part of it, we being in the pharma, first we try to identify the reason, what is stress and what are the reasons behind it, and then we try to find the solution to it. So before I go about, like, I like to know, Yashwantji, can you tell me what was the last time you felt a little stressed out? And your voice, you're muted.
Yes, yes, yes. Ma'am, many a time when I have a big program in front of 20 people, so I get stressed. While preparation also, lot of stress and anxiety is there.
Okay, okay. And then what do you feel about it? Like, what happens
So
to you?
I feel anxious, and many a time I become blank, and it affects my thinking process also many a time.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Bhaskar, we know you for quite some time now, and I have an impression that you are a very calm person. But tell me one thing, when was the last time you got angry? And on whom?
I really don't remember when I got angry. I honestly, the one thing that I have been able to control is my anger. So, uh, I mean, there are situations of stress. When my mother was ill, very recently, she's 91. There was a stress, but I tried to keep myself calm and work on the stress. Yeah, keep myself diverted at the same time, taking care of her so that you can de-stress yourself. Yeah. But anger, honestly, I mean, people tell me, why don't you get angry? So I don't know. It's my nature. I don't get angry.
Great. Bhaskar, thank you so much. I believe that with your experience and what you have undergone over a period of time, you have learned to manage your thought process. And I'm very happy that we have on the panel a person who has controlled his stress. He knows how to control his stress and anger. So keeping this in mind, today's session, I will request the audience to please relate yourself to the points that we are going to discuss, because then only it will make our presentation more learning and more informative. I want you to, when you're listening to the presentation, I want you to introspect and see like what are the factors. Are we the creator of the stress, or are we getting stressed due to some reason? What are the factors? What type of stress are we undergoing? And then try to improvise on that when we come to the management part of it. Now, there are two aspects to the stress and the anger management. Okay, now the one part is like, as you can see, this balloon which is full. Now, the moment you are stressed out and other person comes to know about that you are stressed out, there are some people who enjoy triggering more bad response in you. and there will be some who will try to calm you. But there are people who enjoy freaking that balloon and make you burst out of your anger or stress and bring out the ugly side, of yours. Now, there are two aspects that we are going to discuss in stress and anger management. One is the individual management, me, I. Okay, what is this stress? What is the anger causing, and how I am responsible for it, and how I can manage the anger. That is on the individual basis. Number two, we as the leader of the organization, where I am leading a team of people, how do I reduce the stress? How do I reduce the anger in the organization so that we are able to bring about the productivity, maintain the good harmony in the group, and also lead the company forward. So we are going to discuss on two aspects. One, on the individual management of stress and anger by the individual. Number two, how to reduce the episodes of stress, frequency of the stress and anger in the organization by the leaders. That's where our important role of the leaders come in. Now, what is stress? As we were discussing with Yashwantji and Bhaskar Dal, stress is everywhere and you experience stress. And everyone experiences stress, be it animals, be it human beings, be it small child, be an old person. Everyone during the day, there are, I think, innumerable number of times when we feel a little stressed out, but it just goes away and we are relaxed once again. What we are talking about stress is, as in the organization, if you look at, Simon Sinek is an authentic author of many reputed books on the management. He says stress and anxiety at work. Stress and anxiety at work have less to do with the work we do and more to do with weak management and leadership. So it clearly shows about that it all depends upon how are we managing the team, how are we managing the work, and how as a leader I'm managing the whole affair of the organization. So stress and anxiety at work have less to do with the work we do and more to do with the weak management and leadership. Now, what if we have to see what is stress all about? The stress is the reaction, basically, of the people to an excessive pressure or the other types of demand that we place upon them, which they find it very difficult to cope. It arises from a difficulty to cope with the pressures that is put on them. And it also results from the wear and tear of our minds and bodies over a period of time to cope with the changing environment and the changing demands. Recently, the whole world have experienced stress due to Corona. The changing environment, every day there has been a new news coming in, one variant, two variants, the vaccines, lockdowns, okay, the regulations, the masks, the social distancing, new guidelines. So we are all are quite stressed out. This is the universal stressing of what is happening right now in the whole of the world. But in our daily life, in our sphere of our life, we do experience stress. And knowingly, unknowingly, we do put stress upon our associates also. And similarly, our associates also put the demands on us. At times, we are able to fulfill, so we are happy. When we are not able to fulfill, we become stressed out. So it's basically, if we have to see in a very simple layman's language, it is the gap between the expectation versus the reality. Okay, so when there is this gap, if the wider the gap, wider the stress. Lesser the gap and we are able to fulfill the gap between expectation and reality, we accomplish the work without getting stressed. It also means that, in other words, if we try to understand, stress is caused by being here, but we want to be there. It's as simple as that, right? You have a meeting and you have a presentation to make at 11 o'clock, okay? But your presentation is not ready and the time is ticking fast. So what is happening? So your job is not completed, but you want to be there on the presentation with full preparation. So that's where you immediately start getting the stress. Another example I can give you is you have a flight to catch at around 2 o'clock, right, in the afternoon, and you leave the house much earlier because it is 2 hours before reporting time at the airport. So you leave by around 8 or 9 o'clock from your home if you have to travel, and then you realize the traffic is so huge, the vehicles are not moving, right? You are stuck here in the traffic, and you want to reach the airport by around 11:30. So what is the amount of stress you are creating for yourself? Not only for yourself, you create the stress upon the driver also. Jaldi gadi chala. You know, take the vehicle faster. I want to reach the airport on time. But the poor driver is also under stress. You will even call up your family members and say you are stuck, not able to reach the airport. Your family members are stressed in the process. You also call up your colleagues because you are going for some work and you are anticipating you might miss your flight. So you call up your colleagues. So they are also stressed out. Oh my God, if you miss the flight, this is what things will happen. The repercussion, the consequences. So that's where the stress is caused. You don't have to have a particular trigger, like, you know, why a stress can be caused. The stress can be caused by any number of stimulants. And it is caused by being here, but you want to be there. So the duality, whenever there is there between the expectation and reality, the stress is bound to come. How do we realize now? The next part is understanding, you know, what is stress. Now let us understand that how do we realize we are under stress? There are times we don't understand we are under stress, but we know we the others point out to us. Now, for example, there are two ways we can come to know we are under stress. One, we ourselves are not aware of the under stress, but our behavior has changed. You know, we look worried, tense, tired, depressed, frightened, scared. We are not our normal self. So when we move around in the office or home, so our associates, they point out to us, what's wrong? Why are you looking worried? You're not looking normal. Is everything okay with you? So then you realize, oh, there is something which is bothering and it's affecting me. So this is how you come to know, and others also get to know about that you are under stress. The second part is like, you know you're under stress, but you're hiding it from displaying to the others. It's a deliberate thing. Both are dangerous, but the second one is even more dangerous. You are not sharing your problems or sharing your apprehensions with the others to know what is the cause of the stress and how to resolve it. So there are two aspects to how we realize we are under stress. One is we are unaware of ourselves under stress, but other point out to us. Second, we know we are under stress, but then we try to avoid displaying it. Now, stress and anxiety, as like, you know, we were discussing, these terms come very naturally, you know, and it's used together. So what are the symptoms when you know you are under stress? You have anxious thoughts. Oh, well, I don't know what's going to happen. You have nausea feeling, dizziness, feeling overwhelmed by the whole thing. And when it is a symptom of anxiety, you feel restlessness, faster heartbeat, faster breathing, sweating. So these are the symptoms when you feel, then you know you are under stress. So I want everyone who are audience listening to this program, please try to correlate your episodes where you have undergone a similar thing and feel if you are stressed, then how do we manage it? What can cause the stress? Now that's very important. Okay. Anything and everything can be act as a stimuli for the stress. Okay, it could be late, somebody bringing in late coffee for you. That can also be a cause of stress. Okay, or if we look into the overall thing, like, you know, what are the causes of the stress? One is the breakdown is in the physical environment, like where we are working or we are staying, the noise, the brightness of the lights, heat, the temperature. If we are in a small compact place where we are sitting, that again gives rise to the stress. Okay. Social interactions, today we are socially interacting even on the WhatsApp and various other medias and plus in our society. So we do come across people from various types of behavior. Some are rude to us, some are very bossy, some enjoy bullying us. There is aggressiveness by the others. Such behavior also causes stress to us. Organizational, if we look at, The rules and regulations, if they are too stringent, they also cause us the stress. Red tapes, the meeting deadlines, and all these things also cause the stress. Major life events that happens in our life, like the death of a close one, birth, happiness is there, but still the birth is also giving the stress because of increased responsibility and taking care of it, loss of job, promotion, marital status. That also cause the temporary stress in our lives. Daily hassles, like yes, as we said, if we are commuting from one place to another, as we say, that traffic is one of the biggest reasons of the stresses. I feel the farmer people and the road traffic people are hands in gloves with each other, because that's how they increase the stress in the people and they lead to the various health diseases. So commuting, then if we misplace our keys, that also gives us the stress. If our vehicle breaks down, that other further leads to the delay and the what we call the stress in our life. Then there are two things. One is this we spoke about is the external factors, and there are internal factors also. External is like lifestyle choices. If we drink too much of tea, coffee, we don't have a proper sleep. These are the factors, they cause stress. Even overloaded schedule, you're taking more than what you can chew, and or you are procrastinating your work, so it's getting overloaded on a day also. So all these factors leads to the stress. Internal factors, if we look at, is what causes the stress are the negative self-talk, which is it's very important. What are we talking to ourselves? More than what we talk to the other people, there are 1,000 times more we talk to ourselves. It's very important to control our mind. What are we talking? What is the self-talk we are doing? Are we doing a positive thinking? Are we doing a pessimistic thinking? Are we criticizing ourselves? Are we over-analyzing ourselves? Are we keeping unrealistic expectations from the self and from the others? Are we exaggerating even a small issue into a bigger issue for no reason? Like a delay in the cup of tea coming to you, you burst out into an anger on your spouse or on the tea server and say, you delayed it, because of you, I am landing up into trouble. So these are all exaggerating a small thing. It clearly shows you are under tremendous stress, and these factors are further exaggerating the whole thing. You're taking the criticism or deliberation by your team members, like, on your performance, you're taking it everything very personally, right? They are trying to hit you on your personal level, and you are all the thinking you're doing, or you go blank, as you said, like, you at times you go completely blank, but so there is all thinking or there is no thinking that happens. Rigid thinking is another one factor which leads to the stress part. Like, you're not flexible and open to the new challenges or the new, the way the things are changing. So that's where again, the rigidity is one aspect which definitely causes lots of stress between the family members also. Personality stress. There are some people, the personality is such. A, B, C, the personality is what we discussed. I'm not going to details of it. So this personality trait also affects our cause, and they can be one of the cause for the stress. People who are perfectionists, everything they want as a perfect. And if they find some things are still missing, they will be very finicky about it, creating stress on self as well as on the others why the things are not properly done. And another person who is a workaholic, another person who do the work on timely basis. So there the expectation versus the reality clashes. And wherever there is a clash, that's the word I was searching is, like, the clash between the expectation and the reality is wherever there is a clash, stress, anger is bound to come. So little bit of stress is good to keep us motivated, alert, meeting challenges, and stress is the spice of life. It says, like, a little bit is okay, but when it exceeds the point that it starts affecting health, it starts affecting the focus, your productivity, and even your self-care. That's where exactly it's been alarming and the concerning. As you can see, the man is drawn in the stress, and he is looking for the help. So what could be the consequences of the stress? Stress, the biggest thing is stress is the inability to decide what's important. So you keep doing what is unimportant also, and your main work goes at the backstage. So what are the consequences of the stress? Number one, and the bigger one, is your health deteriorates. Physical health, we all are into pharma, so we know whenever we are discussing any of the ailments with the doctor, stress is one of the factors responsible for causing cardiovascular disease, diabetes, arthritis, many other factors. Okay, so physical health is badly affected due to stress, cardiovascular diseases, sweating, trembling, headaches, and loss of sexual drive. So that's where the relation gets spoiled. Mental health also gets, of course, it's getting affected, and that's again look at the way stress is affecting our everything, physical, mental, behavioral, all the aspects are going for a toss. Mental health, we are lacking in the concentration, we find it difficult to make decisions, panic attacks, confusion is there, and in the process, we put the stress on the other person also. Behavioral changes is like, if all these things we are not able to control, so the mental and the physical aspect, so we land up with the fits of anger, a small aspect, and we just blast the other person for doing certain things, which is even he is doing with a good intention, but he is getting the brunt of your anger. Increased smoking, impatience, you're fidgeting, nail biting, increase intake of alcohol, you're neglecting your health, you're neglecting the hygiene, and you're neglecting your appearances. This is how, stress increases, or this is how the stress can, you can see, like, in an individual. And I'm sure when we are discussing these things, you're able to place certain people in your community, or in your whole, or in your society, even in your organization, how the things changes because of the stress in an individual. And the worst is when the stress crosses the upper limit, and the worst, it results in anger. So I'm very happy to note that Bhaskar has a good tap on his anger. We must learn from him. Bhaskar, sometime later during some other sessions, we will like to learn from you. How did you learn to cope with the anger? Because it's very essential we have a live example rather than giving a presentation. Knowing something from an individual who has mastered anger is something, it's like a moksha prapti. Now, what are the consequences of the anger if you look at? And it's very important, like, more than the stress, anger is even worse, because there we are causing harm not to ourselves, even to the other people. There are physical issues that is there, you are causing harm to self in an anger. You don't realize at that particular moment what you are doing, but you're causing lots of harm to self and somebody else. You're even causing the mental effects. You're not able to focus, think clearly, because the anger has already overloaded your mind. There are social implications because of this nature of getting angry on others, like, over small issues. Then people start avoiding you, neglect you. And then what happens is you go into isolation. That even becomes as a vicious cycle, more vicious cycle for being stressed and getting anger. And another point is when you're angry, say, like, you calm down, you don't know what you are doing. You can even land up with serious legal implications. If you hurt somebody in the process, you break the law, you break the rules. Okay, so you can land up with behind the bars for this. And even if you're not able to control your anger or with your spouse, you may land up with a separation and divorce. And all these factors are leading to the overall thing is the financial implications. The consequences of the anger is the loss of money, loss of job, loss of income. This further adds on to the stress. More the stress, more the anger. So can you understand the vicious cycle and how important it is to control stress at its basic budding phase itself, rather than allowing it to bloom into a full-fledged stress and then into the anger. Now, before we go on to it, Yashwanta, can you tell me, I know Bhaskar and Yashwanta came up. So can you tell me what type of an anger do you have?
Ma'am, I also try my best to control my anger, but many a time it happens when someone, you are expecting something from someone and he is not able to cope up as per your expectation. I become anger and short tempered. We call it short temper. So I lose my temper, and it is very difficult to control that. That is what is my opinion.
Okay, okay. See, the one point what you very pointed out clearly is like, the expectation and the reality doesn't match. It gives you the stress and then it results into anger. You become short tempered and you are like, completely you go full fury onto that particular individual. Arpan, are you there on the side? I would like to learn from you because Bhaskara is a calm person. So I would
Yes,
like
I'm
the
there.
audience to point out and write in the message box, what type of anger they have and how and what they do when they are angry. Because it's very important. We are leaders, we are team members, and there would be many instances where we tend to become, the gap is there between expectation and reality, and we tend to react in a particular fashion. So I would like to have the messages in the chat boxes to understand what sort of an anger do you all undergo. Yes, Arpan.
Yes, ma'am. This is a very pertinent question, and believe me, it's basically being here, not able to be there. That means there is a disparity between expectation and reality. Generally, what happens, the more the expectations are there, the greater is the disappointment. So that is something we have to all look. But then I would always say that when we are in stress, when we are in anger, it is always better to cut ourselves from people and de-stress, because any decision taken in that time is inevitably going to be wrong, and that is going to be a very big blunder. So that is why everybody has stress, everybody has anger, and that is why we are human beings, we are not gods. Okay, so that is always said that to err is human and to forgive is divine. So that is why whenever we are feeling that we may err, it is better we don't take a decision at that moment. Let us postpone it. Let us postpone it, because we will later find when the anger subsides, that is the bad air inside the balloon, when that subsides and the balloon deflates, we will find that yes, we have taken the right decision by not taking a decision at that time. So this is what I always feel about anger management. Take some time off.
Correct.
Thank you.
I'm sure that you are managing the anger in a similar manner in your personal life.
Yes. See, this maturity comes with age. This maturity comes with experience. That is why we say young blood people have more anger than the old people, because young people do not have that maturity of handling anger, because they want to pay back at the same time. No, but with age, we know that paying back at that time may be very detrimental later. Okay, so just let us de-stress. Let us take a few moments outside of that arena or that balloon. Basically, let us get out of that balloon, and then we will realize that we have taken a very good decision, because a word out of the mouth and a bullet out of the gun, well, once they are left, you cannot bring it back. So I think we all need to take this lesson forward, and thank you so much for giving us such wonderful insights on anger management and stress management. Over to you.
Arpan, one more point I would like to say, you say like, it comes with the age, it comes with the maturity. Very true, that comes with the age and the maturity, but it becomes our responsibility also to guide the youngsters to become mature. We can't make them age all of a sudden, but at least we can make them understand, we can make them capable of taking the decisions maturely. So at this point, let's understand a little bit about the type of anger. As Yashwant said, he has a hot anger, like he explodes when the realities are not expectations are not matched with the reality. So hot anger is basically, I'm showing the pictures. I'm sure the audience will be able to correlate and see whether they are the leaders shouting at the subordinates, or you are the subordinate taking the brunt of the leader. So this is like, for you to analyze and come to a conclusion what type of an anger you hold. So a hot anger is basically you are explosive outbursts, you are hurtful to the others. And of course, when you're hurting other person, you are not spared yourself, you are hurting yourself as well. And such type of a behavior are very, very dangerous for the interpersonal relationship. So the word of caution is like, hot anger. It may sound good, like, I'm the lion, I have an explosive anger, but in reality, it doesn't work. It is dangerous for interpersonal relationships. Second one, anger as it is dangerous for anybody, whatever the type is. But we are, as you said, we are humans, and we are having our own set of mindsets. So the another one type of the anger is we saw the hot one, now is the cold one, cold anger. This is even more dangerous. It's stored inside. You don't express, but you're holding the grudge, you're holding the anger within you. And it is destructive, self-destructive, that is more harmful. So when you say it is self-destructive, it's saying like, it eats away the people, and because the people keep brooding over the issue, but they don't vent out their, they don't express out their, the reason why of what they are angry all about. And it has a physical symptoms which you are not aware, but even the others can see. Because look at the expression, like, you may not know he's giving that type of expression, but others can feel that, that there is a change in the behavior. So we have cold anger, hot anger, which is also not healthy. There is a cold anger, which is also not healthy. And there is a third type of an anger, which is the warm anger. So warm anger, as Arpan was saying, that we need to be mature and to handle the situation. So we are expressing that the warm anger, whoever has mastered this technique of converting the hot anger and the cold anger to the warm anger. So it's like expressing anger in a calm way, dealing with people without hurting self and the others. And very maturely you are discussing and behaving, and you're being assertive to the people, like, saying what has caused them to get this anger and how it should be taken care of. So there are three types of angers. I'm sure everybody is able to place themselves in the bracket of either hot anger, cold anger, or the warm anger. If we look at the consequences of stress and the anger, both are not good for the life. Both are not good for the society. 80% of all modern diseases have stress in origin. That we all know. We are from the pharma. We have been pointing out to the doctors and how the treatment is there. It interferes with the focus. It interferes with the performance. It interferes with the productivity and the efficiency of the individual and also the organization. It affects the interpersonal relationships, yes, and very importantly, it kills happiness and peace of mind, which is what we all strive to work hard so that we have the happiness and the peace of mind. And if because of the stress and the anger, we are feeling that peace and happiness, then the work and everything is not worthwhile. So it's better to have a control over the stress and anger. So I'm sure till here, everyone has understood and what is stress, what is anger, and what they have as a stress, the trigger factor, and what they are, what type of an anger they have it. So knowing the root cause, knowing that you are stressed, knowing you are having the anger, now how do we manage and get a relief from it? This is very important. Okay, so as Arpan was pointing out, like we do is move away from that particular area or arena or the situation which is giving stress, take time off and then look at it from it when the things calm down. So that's the very mature way of doing. So from the panel, I'm very happy. We have two people, both from Kolkata, I think is scoring very high on managing the anger very well. So
No, I have realized, Satwan,
yeah.
I have anger, warm anger.
Oh, yes, good, very. Obviously, you will be having warm anger, Bhaskar, because you know how to control the stress. You know how to maturely put forth the things. So I'm not surprised you have a warm anger.
Yeah, in fact, anger gives that hunger. As you said, ma'am, in a wonderful line, you said that stress is the spice of life, but then it comes with a caveat. And the caveat is, don't overdo it. And that is
Correct.
exactly what Bhaskar sir said, that
Yeah.
I have warm anger. That means anger which can be handled in a very matured way, right? Because this cold anger is something like, which I will tell you, that a known enemy is better than an unknown friend. Because when it is cold anger, you are not expressing it, but it is absolutely inside you. That means the person with whom you are interacting has got absolutely no clue what's going on in your mind. So that is more often, like you can say, a known enemy is better than an unknown friend. So this is an unknown friend. You don't know the friend with whom you are talking. He is having such a lot of curses inside his mind going on for you, but you cannot realize because it is hidden behind the smiles. So a very matured way of handling anger is that one you said, warm anger, because that is exactly what gives you the pros and cons of it, and you deal with it in a very matured way, and that comes with age. Bhaskar sir will definitely agree that it comes with age and experience, the way we deal with stress management or anger management, isn't it, sir? Sir, you are on mute. Sir, you are on mute.
But I'm sorry to say, I was never an angry young man, So,
So Amitabh Bachchan never found a place.
but I want to, if you permit me, I want to share one anecdote about a leader whom I had observed. He had anger, okay, but how he controlled his anger is that he immediately sat down and expressed his anger in writing on a piece of paper, and he kept it with that.
Very nice.
Yes, I've seen it myself. But that's how he controlled his anger.
It's a good technique. It's a good technique. Pen it down for your feelings. See, I
Yes.
was about to come to that when Arpan was saying, I will interrupt him. See, stress, anxiety, anger, all these factors, we must not stop the communication channel. It's very important. You communicate either in writing on a paper, what Bhaskar had just pointed out, the one of the leader who is doing it. I'm sure his the team members would have copied the same and would have benefited
True.
from their particular tactic. And the communication, how we communicate maturely is how we handle the stress, anger. That's what it comes. But it's very important to speak out. And because if it becomes a cold one, as we say, keep it inside, it's going to harm you more. And plus, it is going to stress out your other associates also that he has something he's not telling. So that is giving us the anxiety, what in his mind, and then leads to the stress. So okay, so now let's understand further. Let's move on to how do we handle the stress. But I like the example of Bhaskar, of that leader who has penned down the things. I absolutely love it.
But there is another saying that never write a letter when you're angry. Never.
Actually, it's a self-note. It's not to be given to anybody else. Right?
Correct.
Yeah, so it is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
writing down your thoughts.
Right.
Paper, not issuing a letter to somebody because
Correct.
that's more harmful because it's written and it will have serious implications and the consequences later on for the self and for the team member.
Correct. Because he did not give the letter, but the next day he made me read it to know that he was angry. It was not addressed to me, but
yeah.
Correct. Because the person to whom it was addressed, he did not show it to him.
That's mature.
And the matter of the fact is, all the viewers are very anxious to know how to manage anger. While ma'am is talking about definition, time, so they are becoming stressful because our main is how to handle the anger, how to handle the stress. So if you can come to that point, that is better for them.
No, I'm coming to that only right now.
Yes.
What we have discussed, see, until and unless we know the cause factor.
Correct. Root cause is important.
Root cause, if we don't know, you cannot have the treatment for it. So,
True.
and I'm sure if they're getting anxious, so they have related to the stress factor and the anger factor. So now coming to the management part, what they are pointing out is the self-help recognize. What is very important is recognize the source of the negative stress. So what we were discussing was the factors, what are the root causes of the negative stress, and what you are having it in your mind. So another one is admit that you are under stress. When you admit, doesn't mean you are weak. or you are incapable to cope. But you will find ways and means when you are discussing with the people. So it's an admission of weakness is not a weakness, or it is not an inability to cope. And it is like, identifying the problem and also plan measures to overcome it. So that's what is very important, from the stress to come to the wellness. And we need to uninstall the stress from our life. Now, the very important first part, as you say, people are impatient to learn, how to handle stress and anger. One is change thinking. Change the negative side to the positive side. Now, here I would like to ask you, Yashwantji, you are driving a BMW, okay, and you have parked the vehicle in the parking lot of a mall area, or in a what you call, you're gone shopping and you've done a parking in a parking lot, right? I want a situation, Bhaskar, I will pose the same question to you also. You are driving BMW, Arpan, you are also driving BMW. So you all have parked the vehicle, and there is one vehicle which comes and he bangs into your car when you're parking. What would be your reaction? Yes, Vanji.
Definitely, I will react. It is a big loss to me, which I am not expecting. I will catch hold of the person and I'll ask, what is this, right? And who is going to pay for it, like that. So my reaction will immediately come and I will become reactive and angry, definitely.
You will become reactive and angry, yeah, and will try to, pay for the loss that you are incurred. Very true. Bhaskar, the same question I'm posing.
Yeah. I'll also take the legal route.
Bhaskar, the 1 minute. I'm coming to the a little twist in the story right now. Okay, so the car comes and bangs your car.
Yeah.
Right? And
Okay.
you come out and you see the driver is your younger brother.
Uh-huh.
So how will you react?
Well, I will definitely react by telling him that you have not learned how to drive. Okay. So, and then you didn't get any other BMW, you got your brother's BMW to bang on. So, well, I'll have to, like, it's within the family. So I'll have to console myself that we'll somehow, mend it, share the expenses. Something like that. Yeah, definitely not the same reaction as it would have been for some stranger.
Right. Arpan, now coming to you, your car is getting banged by another person, okay? And when you come out and you see, right? You see your son is driving the vehicle and your whole family, your grandchildren and your wife and everybody is sitting in the car. So what would be your reaction?
First of all, I'm not too old to have grandchildren, but yes, let me reframe this question. There was a question which an interviewer asked to many people, that how long would it take you to buy a BMW? A doctor said maybe a year, an engineer said maybe 2 years. But the same question was asked to Ratan Tata. How long would it take to buy BMW? He said 5 years. Now it was very hilarious that Ratan Tata needs 5 years to buy BMW. Well, he then reframed his answer. He said that I was not thinking of the car. I was thinking of buying that company. So that is how the perceptions vary. Okay, that is how perceptions vary. So coming back to your question, I am driving a BMW. Please bless me that I can do so in this lifetime. First of all, thank you so much for considering me to answer this question. Thank you. So now somebody bangs the car from behind. Obviously, it's going to be me rushing out of the door and giving him a peace of mind. So that is what it is going to be like. But yes, after the stress management classes, this anger management.
Arpan, 1 minute. You feel that is true, but you are realizing the driver of that car who has banged your car is your son, and your whole family is in the car. So how do you feel?
Yes. So my first word would be that you need to once again go back to the driving classes and take some more lessons on how to drive safely. Because today it is my car that you have banged. So probably I may pardon you. But tomorrow it may be somebody else's car and that might not be pardonable. So it is once again time that you go back to the driving classes and take more lessons. So how to drive safely. So that would be my reaction.
Great. See, the same situation, three different reactions on knowing that, who is doing the cause of the stress, and then how you are managing your anger. But one part like is like, to turn the situation from negative to the positive depends on the maturity. And if it is involve your own family members, so you know how to behave differently. And when you are with the stranger, you tend to become more angry. But there you have to, I feel like, it should be taken into more positive manner to see that there is no harm caused to human life or any damage happened to human life. That's very important. Driving license and taking the payment, that becomes as a secondary. So we have to look into the positive side of it, not the negative side of it. You pay me, it's a huge loss to me. One is like, there is no loss of the, no harm done to the self or to the driver and the people who are sitting in the car. Look at the positive side of it, so that everyone is safe. Fine, this damage has happened, or let's see how we can resolve it amicably, right? So that's how, like, instead of getting angry and getting negative and trying to exaggerate, as we say, let's look at the positive side. Now that's where your conscious thinking comes. How to maturely think positive and try to resolve the issue. And it depends upon, like, you have to use your conscious mind. When you use your conscious mind, I hope everyone is aware that we have a conscious mind, we have subconscious mind, unconscious mind we speak about. So conscious mind, as you all know, is the one which deals with how we choose to imagine, how we choose to do the thing. So choose, as a consciously, you try to choose to analyze the situation. I gave you three examples. I gave you fourth example of fourth one. Let me look at from another perspective. Choose to analyze, choose to imagine what would have happened and how the things can change. As I said, you need to do your driving licensing once again, learn to drive once again. Create a story, look at the strength of the people, look at the contribution they have done to your project or to your life, find out their faults or the issues they are, which are created. So point is, like, rather than just being negative or exaggerating the issue, better is to look at the positive side and try to be with the hope and optimism. And as we say, like, we have two minds, we normally divide into conscious and subconscious. 10% of the mind deals with the willpower, long-term memory, logical thinking, critical thinking. This is what we have to utilize so that our subconscious mind is taken care of. Second is change of behavior. Change of behavior is be assertive. As I said, the car has got damaged, come out of it, come out and speak to the driver, hope everything is safe, right? And nobody is got harmed. So now let's have a look at the harm that has damaged that has happened to our both the vehicles. How did we resolve? So whose mistake was it? Was there a brake fail? Good, luckily there was not a major accident that happened. And how do we resolve? So be assertive. This is the huge loss we are happening. So how will you repay me? So amicably sort it out. Be assertive about it. Treat people with respect. Have goals. By when can you repair my vehicle? Provide timely feedback to the people on performance and behavior. And very importantly, don't try to do everything yourself. Please delegate, coach, mentor people. As I said, the young people, they are very anger and like Amitabh Bachchan, like angry young man. So we need to coach and mentor them to take the decisions maturely. Change of lifestyle, that's very important. Self-affirmation, I am the best, I am good, I am blessed, I can do things better. So what you're doing, the talk to yourself, that is very, very important. If you're doing a negative talk to yourself, you will create more harm. So you need to do a positive self-affirmation. I am the best person in the team, right? So you have to keep repeating that to yourself. You need to be grateful for everything that you have gotten. So make a list of the things in a day that you are grateful for. What the God has given you, what the company has given you, what your family has given you. So you will find out that the list of these, so you are so grateful for so many things, positive things happening in your life. And one negative thing, then you know we can resolve it better. Rather than focusing on the negative, look at the positive side. Gratitude, pray. Prayer is very, very important. It helps calm down the mind. Meditation, That will also relaxes the mind. You know, breathe in, breathe out, pranayams to be done. Because when you are angry, your breath becomes short and becomes faster. So you need to focus on your breath, how you are taking the breath, what is the frequency of your breath, the temperature of your breath. And you can learn this from, the coaches which are available for yogas or meditation. So you can learn from them the tactics if you are not learned it so far. Healthy food habits are very, very important. Not just eating whatever the oily food or the junk food, that also causes the stress. Inadequate sleep, exercise, these are the factors like, yoga. If you inculcate all these things, will help you relax your body, it will help you relax your mind, and then accordingly you will be able to socialize better, breathe proper, exercise proper, sleep proper, and control your mind better. This was on the individual basis what we have discussed. Now coming to on the organization point, like as a leader, what we have to do. Now there are some leaders by habit, they are in a always they spread anxiety, stress, anger within employees, teams, peers, bosses. You would have seen your associates just try to run your eye sight through your circle, and you will come to know who are the people who are doing all this. Now, as a leader of the organization, it becomes very, very important that you provide your team safe environment, both external as well as the mental environment. Safe external environment will give them a place which is safe, which is comfortable for them to do the work, and also be aware of the factors that are causing the stress, be it external or is somebody who is deliberately doing it, or it is technical, it is work related. Address the issue, address or find out what are the stress factors, and address the root cause. When you will address the root cause, the stress and anger will automatically disappear, because there will be no gap between the expectation and the reality. Always give hope and show positive side to each situation, and always be a solution provider, not the problem creator. So that is very, very important. As a leader, the responsibility is to be a solution provider, not a creator. And very importantly is we need to coach and mentor our people who are under stress, understand their stress levels, what are the cost factors, remove those cost factors, and guide and coach them properly. So teams will have lesser stress, and then the result and productivity will go up. So these are few of the factors in the short period what we can discuss. This is a big topic and length which can run in 2 days with the examples and the workshops which we normally do it when the live programs or the classroom programs happen. But I'm sure you will all benefit from the points what we have discussed in the part 1 and the part 2 of the stress and the anger management. I will take 2 minutes to show you a video. Okay, so summarizing the whole thing what we have discussed so far. Can you all see the screen of this video?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes.
it's audible also.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
you can see?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Audible but not visible.
Something we need to.
Sorry?
Audible but not visible.
Audible, not visible. Okay, I'll go out once again and then share the screen again.
I think you need to share a screen.
Yeah, I'm doing that. You're seeing my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Now can you see the video?
Stress is usually seen as something we need to avoid.
No, video not showing, but audio is visible. Audio is there.
Audio is visible. Okay, just a moment.
Ma'am, can you please share entire screen if possible?
Share screen with audio. Instead of window, share screen.
Okay.
But then how she will click the YouTube? Yeah.
No, in the YouTube I will be able to click it.
Huh.
Stress is
No, ma'am.
Just ma'am, stop your screen sharing
Yeah.
and then select the entire screen instead of selecting the particular window.
Sorry, come again.
Stop share.
Stop your screen sharing and now click on the share button.
Click on the share button.
Yeah. And then after there is first option called screen.
Screen, where?
In the grid view, there is first option that is by default selected called screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just double click on that. Sorry, also share. Okay. Now you can click on the video link.
Now I click on the video link.
Yeah.
Audio will not come.
No.
Yes.
Stress
Now
is
we
usually
can.
seen as
Coming.
Coming audio and video both are there?
Yes, coming.
It's a 2 minutes video, 2.5 minutes.
stress is usually seen as something we need to avoid. This is not true. We need stress, and we need our body's stress hormone cortisol to rise and fall throughout the day. Stress helps us wake up in the morning, helps us focus, learn, and remember new things. It's when people experience too much stress and start having difficulties coping that stress becomes a problem. High levels of stress can disrupt the natural changes in the body's stress response system and start to affect our physical and mental health. Over time, accumulated stress can result in false FFF response activations. When trying to measure our stress tolerance, the bucket analogy can be helpful. Our stress tolerance, or the size of our bucket, is a product of our genes, personality, and life experiences, and its size varies from person to person. The water in this analogy is the combination of all the stress in your life. We use the coping strategies we have available to keep our bucket from overflowing. They are like taps that allow water to drain from the bucket. Stress can include training, work, school, relationships, finances, moving, changing jobs, or the loss of a loved one. Both positive and negative experiences will affect the water level. A big bucket can hold more water or stress before it overflows. With a smaller bucket, less water is required for the water or stress level to become critical. While you can't change the size of your bucket, you can make life adjustments to reduce water coming in. You can also learn new coping strategies and stress management techniques to allow water to drain out. Mind tools, exercise, quality sleep, relaxation, and sharing your feelings with friends are some examples of effective water taps. Staying up late, sleeping in, drugs, inactivity, procrastination, suppressing or ignoring problems are examples of unhelpful coping strategies or false taps. They might give temporary relief, but actually result in water flowing back into your bucket.
So what we have just seen, the stop sharing, right? Okay, so thank you so much. This is what was there in the stress management, understanding the stress and the anger, the types of the stress and the anger, what are the trigger factors and how do we manage it. So I think I've exceeded my time as usual. So but I wanted to give us, pick it up in that particular perspective. So it took this time. Thank you so much. Arpan, back to you. Any questions?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful presentation. Rather, I would say a wonderful interaction on the journey of stress management as well as anger management. Yes, definitely. As you correctly said, that stress management is more like bad air inside a balloon. So the earlier we are able to take this bad air out of the balloon, the more relaxed we can be. And as it is always said that the consequences of anger can be devastating because it can either cause harm to one's own self or to others. It can not allow us to think clearly, or rather we tend to lose focus. Sometimes it so happens that we are despised by everybody around and we enter into isolation. There are always turmoils in the family, and sometimes legal implications come in place. And there can be loss of jobs because of the stress levels, and therefore lots of money can also be lost. So the best way to deal with, as we are human beings, is the different procedures that you said and the wonderful video that you shared. But because we are humans, we cannot ignore anger, we cannot ignore stress, but we can definitely try to avoid the hot anger and the cold anger. We should rather settle for the warm anger, which is a more matured way of handling anger and stress. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful presentation, which you did so well in an interactive way. And I am very sure our audience have gained lots of insight in how to manage anger and how to deal with stress. So friends, let's de-stress with Satwant ma'am's words, golden words rather. And now I hand it over to Yashwant sir for the next part of this session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Arpan. Thank you very much, Satwant ma'am. We are really grateful. It is wonderful session. And the best part is when our speaker S.K. Sharma ji was not available, within a day you prepared that. That is a good thing. Thank you very much. It is really interactive and good, insightful. And definitely some questions and appreciations are there that we will take ahead. So let us go to the next session, that as people are waiting for Bhaskar Da. So before I hand over to Bhaskar Da for the session, let me give a brief formal introduction of Bhaskar Da. He is known as people manager, and he's a pharma veteran, worked in leadership role in Indian and MNCs, and majorly has worked in India as well as Sudan. Not only that, after working, he switched to academics because his passion was teaching. Whiteboard and chalk is his favorite way of teaching, the conventional method of teaching. Today's teacher like Manku ma'am, we use PPTs and videos, but Bhaskar Da believes, ma'am, let me, bhul jaunga. Bhaskar Da believes in whiteboard and chalk. That is a great thing. Not only that, he is very much admired and respected in Sudan because many people, they respect his way. And one good thing about him is very much deep rooted Indian culture. So we are really humble and grateful that Bhaskar Da agreed. And he says, I'm happy to be a part of LPC. That is our success. So Bhaskar Da, not only that, two more things. He is currently in former adjunct faculty in Presidency University of Bangalore, teaching MBA students. And he is also a TEDx speaker. And his passion is click and write, photography and writing. Bhaskar Da, welcome to LPC once again. Over to you for leadership in pharma. Ma'am, yes, now you can share, ma'am, please.
Okay, even my love is for the chalk and the duster and the blackboard, because that's where it gives you the true feeling of teaching. And others, we are adapting to the modern techniques that is coming. So that is the
True. But Arpan also will agree, no technique can beat chalk and duster. No technique can beat, because you make your own slide. You create your own slide. Over to you, Bhaskar Da.
Bhaskar Da, please.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kind words, Yashwant. I don't think I deserve such kind words, but anyway, without much ado, I will come to my session. How much time do you have given me?
Sir, 20 minutes for presentation followed by question answers.
Okay.
A lot of questions from viewers.
Okay. So this is P20, presentation 20 minutes.
Oh, great.
Okay. So let me also share my screen.
Sure.
Yeah. But I wish Satwan taught me how to see the panel as well as.
It's visible, sir. Your screen is.
No. But I'll make it full screen because I don't want to try anything new right now. Yeah.
You can.
But tell me, Satwan, how to like, for example, I can. What do I?
Go to the bottom part.
Yeah,
Yes.
Bottom part. Yes.
So you want to go full screen or you want
No,
to?
I know how to do full screen. I want to do what you did.
Okay, then go to the bottom. We have the 75%. Make that a little 100. Yeah, increase this.
Okay, increase this.
Yes.
Okay. Oh no, it's
Give it.
Then
Yeah, give it.
okay.
Yes.
Full screen.
Yes.
Yeah, no, make it little more screen.
Okay. Oh, this like this.
Yeah, correct. So,
But then you get to see the next slide, isn't it?
no.
Okay, you don't? Okay, that's fine.
You will have to click button down for the next slide.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you once again to LPC for giving me this opportunity to talk to you all. I understand that there is audience both in the Facebook as well as YouTube, and of course the panel itself is very interactive, which I wish again, like what Satwan did, I also would like to continue interacting with the panel. And if the audience also interacts, that's very good. But so I want to first take you all back to class 12, because that is where that is where our students in India, they get the first lesson on leadership. Okay, class 12 NCRT book on leadership. So you can see this. This is the book, and this highlighted portion I want you all to see. Can you all see this highlighted portion fully?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. So the definition in class 12 book of business studies is leadership is the process of influencing the behavior of people by making them strive voluntarily towards achievement of organization goals. So the key words here is influencing. So a leader has to influence the behavior of the people by making them strive, put in their best efforts voluntarily, not coercively, voluntarily, towards achievement of the organization goals. And then with this, we look at the qualities that they mention for a leader. Here, I have some disagreement with the NCRT because they start with physical features. But these days, there is no, the recent authors don't write about charismatic leaders, about physical features. They talk about knowledge, integrity, initiative, communication skills, motivation skills, self-confidence. And there is one more point which, yes, did not fit in this page, sorry, and I had to write it down. That is decisiveness and social skills. So class 12, 11 students, they this much of knowledge they acquire about leadership, definition, and the qualities required. So next we proceed to higher classes. Okay, so I take you to Brian Tracy. I appreciate this definition of leadership, which is leadership is the ability to get extraordinary achievement from ordinary people. Now, that is what the leader is made of, to get extraordinary achievement from ordinary people. And I have been following Brian Tracy for the last 30 years. I used to know him when he was very young. Today, he's a grand old man, but still going strong. Brian Tracy. So then there is the Center for Creative Leadership, which talks about 10 characteristics of a good leader. First, say they keep integrity. Right, integrity, honesty. So that's what makes a leader trustworthy. And then to ability to delegate. A leader can't do everything himself. He has to delegate, build a team, clarity in communication, self-awareness, which is self-confidence, gratitude, humility, thankfulness, listening ability. In fact, I'm reminded of Satwan also mentioned Simon Sinek, whom I admire a lot, and he refers to your South Indian. I keep forgetting sometimes. Nelson Mandela, yeah, Nelson Mandela. Someone had asked Nelson Mandela, where did you acquire the qualities of a leader? He said that it is from my father. My father was a tribal chief, and he always used to make his people sit around him in a circle, and he used to always listen to them one by one, and finally he used to respond to them. So the learning agility, okay, comes only when you listen to your people, to learn from them, learn from the stakeholders. And that is how you influence. And empathy is, no matter how much you emphasize on empathy, it is not adequate, because empathy is the most important characteristic quality of a leader: putting yourself in the other's shoe and understanding the situation and offering a solution. I would rather say offering a solution, not solving a problem, offering a solution, right? And have the courage, bold to take decisions. There are many leaders who lack the courage to take decisions, but they can develop. And I will talk to you about even the class 12 book talks about Narayan Murthy, okay, the chairman of Infosys, who says that he is not worried about the revenue and the capital value and things like that, but he is most concerned about getting respect from his stakeholders, be it the shareholders, be it the employees, be it the suppliers, be it the customers and the government. He wants respect. So these are the qualities of a good character leader. And with this, I come to Narayan Murthy. These are some of the 10 best rules that he has given. 10 best rules: be nimble, speed with imagination. And he believes, Infosys, they believe in mentoring, sorry, start mentoring. A mentee chooses a mentor, and the mentor shares solves moral dilemmas and shares value systems. So mentoring, very essential. With courage, as I told you in the last slide, respect your competitors. Oh yes, he respects his competitors because he also learns from his competitors. And once you get an idea, you have to stick to your idea and be in a great state of mind. No stress, no anger, positive state of mind, and walk the talk, deliver your promise, be prepared to seize luck. Here, Narayan Murthy refers to Louis Pasteur, because Louis Pasteur says that God favors the prepared mind. So don't depend on luck. Be prepared, and luck will come to you. And integrity gives you trustworthiness. And lastly, don't take yourself too seriously, which Satwanji will appreciate. What he's trying to say is that don't take stress. Don't take stress back home. Whatever you take the assignment seriously. Corporation takes it seriously, but no individual takes it seriously, because so that when the individual goes back home to the family, he is out of the workplace, right? So with that, we come to the common leadership styles. I'm going a bit fast because of time, but I hope if I am clear with all of you.
Very much, sir. Very much, sir. We are thoroughly
Okay.
enjoying each and
Okay.
every.
Okay. No, I just want to navigate this slide a bit on top. Yes. Okay. So now we are talking about the common leadership styles. Now over the years, new authors have come out with new leadership styles. First is the motivational, which is a coach type leader. Then is the visionary leader with progress focused and inspirational. Then we have a servant like leadership. It's humble and protective. The servant leader is not first leader, but servant first leader. So empowers the people and with humility. And autocratic is the authoritarian leadership focused on task, and that also is required. So you'll see that no best solution for any kind of leadership. It has to be situational. Autocratic manages is task oriented, whereas democratic is people oriented. And laissez-faire is again autocratic and delegatory. Like they're given a free hand. Okay, these are the rules, you play your game. And then there's a pace setter leadership style, which is helpful and motivational. And then, of course, transformational. These days, you need transformational leaders because bring about change in culture, transformation, say digital transformation, the need of the hour. So challenging and communicative. And then transactional. Transactional is performed like reward on punishment based on performance. And then you have bureaucratic, which is hierarchical. Sorry, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah. Yes. So bureaucratic, hierarchical, and duty focused. So these are the common leadership styles. But as I reiterate that there is no best leadership style. It is situational, a combination of all. And depending on the situation, but mostly you will see nowadays all good leaders. I mean, the examples that whom I will talk about, they're talking about servant leadership and transformational leadership. Okay, with this, I will take you to Harvard Business School. In Harvard Business School, there is a publication on leadership, right? On leadership. And there, the first two authors you have to read to learn leadership. And that is What Makes a Leader by Daniel Goleman. All of you must have heard of Daniel Goleman because of his concept. He's the author of Emotional Intelligence, because he's the one who says that there are two leaders equally good, intelligent, knowledge skills, technical skills, but one does better than the other as a leader. Why? Because he has more emotional intelligence. And what is emotional intelligence? I just one slide to sum up emotional intelligence. Are the 5 components of emotional intelligence at work. Self-awareness, know thyself. The ability to recognize and understand your moods, emotions, drives, as well as their effect on others. You not only know yourself, you know what impact of that emotion will have on the other person, your team member. And so the hallmark is self-confidence, realistic self-assessment, self-deprecating sense of humor, means he's ready to take criticism with humor. So it's like, what we've learned about features and benefits of products. So self-awareness is a feature, benefit is self-confidence. Self-regulation, the ability to control or direct disruptive impulses and moods, the propensity to suspend judgment, to think before acting. The benefit is trustworthiness and integrity, comfort with ambiguity, openness to change. So self-awareness, self-regulation, and then motivation. So motivation, of course, is a passion to work for reasons that go beyond money and or status, and a propensity to pursue goals with energy and persistence. The hallmark is strong drive to achieve, optimism, even in the face of failure, resilience. You have to be a phoenix, rise from the ashes, organizational commitment. So these first 3 components are internal: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation. And then the other 2 are external: empathy, the ability to understand the emotional makeup of other people, skill in treating people according to their emotional reactions, expertise in building and retaining talent. If you don't empathize with your people, you cannot retain talent. You can have cross-cultural sensitivity only if you empathize with your people. And you can serve your clients and customers with empathy. And lastly is the social skills, proficiency in managing relationships and building networks, and ability to find common ground and build rapport. So that leads to effectiveness in leading change, persuasiveness, expertise in building and leading teams. So all these 5 components, Daniel Goleman has attributed to an effective, successful leader. And then the other article in this HBR on leadership is from our very own guru, Peter Drucker, who writes about what makes an effective executive. He says that effective executive, they always ask, what needs to be done? They say, what is right for the enterprise? They develop action plans. They take responsibility of your actions. And they also take responsibility for communications. So they take a lot of responsibilities and do the right things. They focus on the opportunity rather than the problems. And they run productive meetings. Meetings are productive with effective leaders. And lastly, they think of we rather than I. So these are some of the things what makes an effective executive, according to Peter Drucker, because he says that effective leaders, they do the right things, right? So in the right time and the right way. Then we have another very famous author on leadership, John C. Maxwell. He's given 5 levels of leadership. Once the entry point is position, your visiting card, your job title, people follow you because of that. But you have to ascend to the next level, which is called permission. People will follow you because they want to follow you. And then you reach level 3 of production. People follow you because of what you have done for the organization. And level 4 is people development. People follow you because of what you have done for them. And level 5 is pinnacle. People follow you because of who you are and what you represent. Now, I'll just briefly explain to you these levels. This is a journey of a leader from the entry point to the pinnacle. Level 1, position, represent the beginning of everyone's leadership journey. Leadership is granted because you receive a job title. You have authority, but not influence. This is the starting point. Okay. So there are upsides and downsides. I will not go through all that details, but how to make the most of your position. Don't push people. Don't expect people to come to you. Beliefs to get to the next level is your job title isn't important. People are your most valuable asset. You don't need to have the answer. Good leaders include others. Others will give you the answer. So that is position 1. Level 1, position. Then we have level 2, permission. Your team follows you because they want to. Leaders on this level make people know they matter. Because of your strong relationships, people permit you to lead them. As your relationship grows, so does trust. And then how to gain people's permission? Focus on people rather than tasks. Here you have to be democratic. Okay. Treat others as you want to be treated. Praise, balance, care with candor. Beliefs to get to the next level, there is more to leadership than just influence. You have to take people somewhere. You must grow together. Sometimes it is worth risking a relationship to achieve a vision as a team. Yes. This gives me an example that when 2 medical reps, the 2 very good friends, they join a company and one gets promoted, right? And the medical representative who does not get promoted is in that area manager's team. So how to deal with that relationship? No, but as a manager, you have now put on a garb of a manager. So sometimes it is worth risking a relationship to achieve a vision as a team, right? So there you have to take a call as a manager, as a leader. Production, this level is about delivering results. Now you've crossed the position, permission. Now you have to deliver results. The level separates true leaders from those who simply hold a position. You have to deliver now. When you deliver exceptional results, your leadership intensifies. This is the first level where a leader can become a change agent, transformational leadership. And then how to make the most of production in leadership. Focus on your strengths. Self-awareness that Daniel Goleman talked about. Know your strengths. Focus on your strengths. Communicate a clear vision. Encourage your people to work together. Focus on areas with the highest return. Prioritize. Never lose sight of the fact that results are your goal. Beliefs to get to the next level. Production is not enough. Now you have to grow to the next level. Value, challenge, develop your followers. Growing leaders is the quickest way to achieve a vision. Developing your people gives you great fulfillment. So then you reach at, and then 1 minute. Yes, okay. So at this level, leaders change from focusing on delivering results to developing people. Leaders at this level reproduce themselves. As the strengths of each new leader are unleashed, the entire organization rises to the higher level. So you've been able to influence your people, build the team, transform, bring about a change in the culture, and then you know how to develop people. Recruit only the best, place people into the right positions, model behavior to others, coach others to live well and perform well, empower others so that they can succeed. Beliefs to get to the next level. Your biggest goal as a leader is to create more leaders. Remember that. All leaders prepare their succession and they create room at the top. Believe in developing a leadership culture. Teach, practice, coach, and reward leadership. Develop followers to level 4 leaders, right? Not many people make it to this level. This is hard, but success results. 1 minute. This level is pinnacle. This is the final pinnacle result. Develop followers into level 4 leaders. Not many people make it to this level. This is hard, but success results in a level 5 organization. How to use the pinnacle as a platform to do something greater than yourself. See, all leaders have to be selfless, right? Not I, we. Remain humble and open to learning. Create an inner circle to keep you grounded. Create room at the top. Focus on what only you can do. Plan your succession and your legacy. This is most important. With this, I conclude the theory part of leadership. Now, coming to the pharma industry. Okay, so I want to make this a bit interactive about the leaders in pharma. Okay, and by the way, this is my personal opinion. So, I mean, I may have not considered all the leaders in the pharma industry because our industry is huge, many leaders, and there are leaders at every level, and 99% of the leaders actually grow from the middle level management. So I am not talking about all the leaders. I'm just talking about, to start with, the pioneers in the pharma industry, right? These are the leaders in the pharma industry, pioneers. We tend to forget, but we must. I tend to remind people that Acharya Prafulla Chandra Roy was the father of chemistry of India. He started the first pharmaceutical company, Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceutical. When? 1901. 1901. Can you imagine what qualities of leadership he had? Courage, initiative to start something. He knew the need of the country. So he is the pioneering leader. Okay. And then can anyone tell me who's there shaking hands with Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru? If anyone from the audience can send message, I don't know.
Someone has written.
Yes.
It is Dr. Hamid of Sipla in the right hand corner.
No, that is in the right hand corner.
Okay.
What is in the center?
That
LPC, probably.
FDC is written, yes.
Yeah, so founder of the name, I sorry.
Okay, even if you mention the company's name,
Yes, yes, yes.
anyone? Okay, I'll give you all a hint. You know, after Bengal Chemicals, which was founded in 1901, this company, to your greatest surprise, was founded in 1907. Can you imagine? And it is still alive and kicking. And it is none other than R.B. Amin of Alembic.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
There was a leader who started Alembic. First, it was Alembic Glass Works, and then it changed to Alembic Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals. Alembic, great company. And of course, on the right-hand side, we are many pupils of this institution called CIPLA, Dr. K.A. Hamid, right? So, I mean, Dr. And by the way, Prafulla Chandra Roy, even Dr. K.A. Hamid, in their own right, they were freedom fighters because CIPLA was founded in 1935. Gandhiji came to the factory, right? So this was a time where there's a national cause. Who else can be a leader other than these great pioneering leaders with a national cause, right? So then we come to, oh yes, do you know that FDC also was founded in 1936?
Yes.
FDC. And I couldn't get a picture of Mr. Anand Chandravarkar, the founder of FDC in 1936. Some sources say it is 1940, but I give benefit of the doubt. Immediately after CIPLA, FDC was founded. So they are the leaders in their own right. Okay. That time, these leadership authors were not born, but they took the initiative, they took the courage, they built the people, they found the purpose of this industry. And after this, we come to the next generation. Yes. You know, this I'm sure all of you know, all the people.
Yes, Mr. Dilip Sanghvi from CIPLA, from Sun Pharma.
Yes.
And
then
from Alchem.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Mr. Samprada Singh.
Samprada Singh.
And who's at the center bottom? Mr. Dinabandhu Gupta, Lupin.
Yes, Divi Gupta, sir.
Yes.
Great, great.
And on top, on right hand.
Hamid. Y.K. Hamid.
Dr. Y.K. Hamid.
No, and then on his on our right, next to Dr. Yusuf Hamid.
I'm not able to recognize.
Oh, he's a great farmer leader in India. He's Dr. Anji Reddy.
Wow, DRL.
DRL.
Yes, yes.
DRL actually was the leader in research and development.
Correct.
So these are great leaders in the pharma industry. Okay.
True, sir. True, sir.
Right. Then we come to the next generation. Then we come, see this next generation.
Yes. Piramal, Ajay Piramal.
Ajay Piramal.
Yes. Then Biocon, ma'am.
Yes. Kiran Majumdar Shaw.
Kiran Majumdar Shaw.
Then
Sharvil Patel, Downs Riders.
Then
yes, Sharvil. Yeah, I have not given Mr. Pankaj Patel. I have given his son, who's doing very well.
Correct.
Dr. Sharvil Patel. Yes. Yeah. He's the legacy.
Correct.
You see? So Pankaj Patel created the legacy, the succession, in form of Dr. Sharvil Patel. And then who else?
Umang Bora.
Oh yes, Umang Bora. See,
I was in CIPLA, so I know him.
Yeah. No. See, Dr. Yusuf Hamid, the chairman of CIPLA.
Yes.
He has what kind of leadership? Transformational leadership, servant leadership, right? Laissez-faire leadership, because he has given whole empowerment authority to Umang Vora.
True.
To run the company, the empire of CIPLA.
Exactly.
And then Why are you forgetting the person next to Kiran Majumdar Shah? I really respect him.
Juneja, mankind.
Yes, absolutely.
Ramesh Juneja.
Amazing leadership with mankind. Amazing leadership.
Yes, yes.
What thought leader he is. That he has really given the best of products at the most affordable price. And what growth, what ranking. And Juneja, he cares for his employees. That is a sign of a good leader. You all must have heard of that incident where that car accident, all 3 or 4 managers with medical, they died in the accident. I mean, they took care of the families so much, not only insurance, but, like next 5 years, children's education, this, that. These are the qualities of a leader. Right. Would love to work for these kind of leaders. And you're forgetting another leader for whom I worked for 18 years.
Whoa, great.
Mr. Dilip Surana.
Wow.
Okay, Micro Labs. And today he is in news because the national product or pharma product in India is Dolo 650.
Yes, yes.
Right? Okay, so
Courtesy
these are
COVID.
Yes. Okay, fine, no problem.
Brand name helped them a lot because of
you
very
will
catchy
not
brand.
believe. You will not believe. I have seen a head and neck oncosurgeon prescribe Dolo 650.
Great, great. That is the power of brand.
Brand.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Right. And then Mr. Dilip Surana is a great team leader. Yes. I mean, he will not take what you call acknowledgement or pride in the brand. He will give it to his people. I know. I mean, the vice president marketing, all my friends, the reward is all for them. If there's any problem, he'll take the problem. Okay. Now with this, but again, let me tell you, I have not, with paucity of time, yes, I have not been able to cover all the leaders. Please, I don't mean to hurt anyone's sentiments. Okay. I've just tried to collect a few leaders in the pharma industry chronologically with their exceptional contribution to the industry and the society and the employees and their shareholders and the government. So this is the sign of a good leader at the pinnacle, right? And they have built brands, built teams, build industries, build employment, given employment to so many people in so many factories. So that is what is leadership all about. Okay. And then you said the people working with them also, most, as I keep telling, 99% of leadership is happens from the middle management level. They start being leaders. At every level, you need a leader. It's not only the people at the top. But with this, I want to come to the last part of my presentation. I've shared with you the Indian scenario. Now I want to take you to a global scenario. Now see these, sorry. Oh, this is the problem.
Yes.
Yes. Now you see, these are all global CEOs of Indian origin. So you may ask, what is there for it in me? Okay. No, I'll discuss, but you all know Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, everyone. I can name all of them over here. Okay, but I don't want to go into this. I want you to look at this gentleman. Can you identify him? This is my question.
Vasant Narasimhan. Yes. Vasant Narasimhan.
Ah, okay. Yes. Absolutely.
Very well known. Yes.
Oh my. He is not called Vasant Narasimhan. He is called Vas.
Yes, Vas.
Okay. Vas Narasimhan. He is the CEO of Novartis. I admire him. He is my role model. I tell you. I mean, he is a physician. Okay. He's from Harvard Medical School, physician.
Great.
And then he worked in Africa for these spaces like malaria, leprosy. Okay. He went to Peru, multi-drug resistant tuberculosis. And then he realized that he wants to get into leadership. So then he joined McKinsey. McKinsey, number one consultant.
Yes.
Right? And from McKinsey in 2005, he joined Novartis. And what level did he join Novartis? He joined in level 1. And that is, he was given the vaccine division, heading the R&D of vaccines in Novartis. And vaccines is not a priority in Novartis, but he took up that challenge. And his leadership, what was the result of his leadership of the vaccine division in Novartis? They sold the vaccine division to GSK, whom they thought would take better care of vaccines. That is their strength, their expertise. That is a leader, that he knows, okay, my expertise, my strength is something else. I'll tell you what his strengths are and what Novartis' strengths are and what he's going to talk about. But that was his achievement in the vaccines division, that he developed it, scaled it up, sold it to GSK. That also needed a lot of leadership skills, right? And then now coming to Vas Narasimhan. This is his LinkedIn page. I'm so upset he has not made me a first contact as yet. Okay, I'm his second contact, but I'm waiting for being the first contact. But can you imagine, read his profile? He is reimagining medicine as CEO of Novartis. What is he reimagining medicine? He's now, his best friend is now Satya Nadella, Microsoft, because they are teaming up. He's taking technology, all artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning into spaces like logistics, sales predictions, new drug discoveries, clinical trials. Okay. And then he is transforming the culture of Novartis and talking about unbossed. No one is bossed in Novartis. Everyone knows the guidelines, the framework is given, clarity of thought and communication to everyone, to his direct reportees, who are also at CEO level, because Sandoz CEO, oncology CEO, this CEO, that, so many line of business. And he has just chalked out the framework. He says that it is like a tennis court. I have drawn the line. Now let them play. Okay, I only watch. But if they need me, I am a coach. I will jump in. That is the culture and leadership that he is inculcating in Novartis. So I admire him a lot. And that is why I thought, I would like to share Vas's leadership skills. And he has started this culture of unboss in Novartis. Novartis's corporate culture. And by the way, he works at ground level, because he has also come to some rural village in Rajasthan and to engage patients, community. He talks about patient centricity, because all the products that he's engaged in, cell therapy. This is reimagining medicine, cell therapy. He's with, like, this cell therapy deals with withdrawing cells from the patient, particularly leukemia patients, reprogramming the cells and giving it back to the patient. Cell therapy, gene therapy, oncotherapy. So, and his other objectives are access, so that people in Africa can get it as early as possible, within 2 years, same as what Dr. Yusuf Hamid did, right? So he, according to me, today in the pharma industry, the leader that we should look up to, personally speaking, is Vas. And another thing very important, he does not forget his roots. He was born in US, but he knows his grandmother lived in a modest living in a village in Tamil Nadu. He doesn't forget his roots. That is admirable in a leader of his stature. Vas Narasimhan, CEO, Novartis. My last slide, coming back to India, my most valuable picture that I have with me is me playing table tennis with my other adorable leader, Dr. Yusuf Hamid. With this,
Great. Sir.
I close my presentation. Thank you. Open to questions.
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Please stop sharing the presentation.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing.
You have mesmerized us, Bhaskarda, and you have enriched us with a lot of knowledge. But there is a problem.
What is that?
Problem is in our LPC.
No, don't talk about problem. Talk about opportunities.
Please listen.
And I'm going to offer you a solution.
We have a system in LPC. The moderator need to summarize the take-home message, and I am the moderator. That is the problem.
Let's see how good a teacher I am.
Yes. We have really thoroughly enjoyed the session. I will try to recap major points. I will not go to everything. Major points, because you started from 12th standard and took us to HBR, Harvard. That is the landscape, the spectrum you have covered. So really we thoroughly enjoyed.
Thank you.
Leadership is a process of influencing behavior of people, what we learn in 12th standard. From there you started. That is really great. And the traits of leadership: knowledge, integrity, communication, motivational skill, and self-confidence. Very well you told. And I like one quote of Brain Tracy, what you told, wonderful quote. The leadership is ability to get extraordinary achievement from ordinary people. That we can say summarizes everything. That is wonderful, sir. And I'm not going to all the details, but you told what traits are: be humble, start mentoring. This is Narayana Murthy's.
Yes.
Be compassionate, respect competitors.
Yes.
Start to your ideas. Stick to your ideas. Be at great state of mind. Walk the talk. Very important. Every leader should walk the talk. Be prepared to stick to the luck and be trustworthy. Last but not least, don't take yourself too seriously. This is what is my learning. Many times people don't give me a value during my training program. I take me very seriously. Now onward, I will not take me very seriously. Thank you very much of that. Okay, that is great. Then you told about the leadership traits, 10 traits: coaching, visionary, servant leader style, leadership style, coaching style, visionary style, servant leadership, autocratic leadership, laissez-faire, then democratic leaders, pace setter, transformational and transactional, and bureaucratic. Out of these 2 leadership style which you vouch for are the servant leadership and transformational leadership.
Wow,
that is wonderful.
Very good.
Really learn. We become enriched.
Arey, Mogambo khush ho gaya.
HBR articles, I will not go too deep, but the article number 1, go from good manager to transformational leader. You are a good manager. Now try to become transformational leader. And the second one, what your expectation, what makes your expectation, and emotional intelligence. The wonderfully, although it is a very complicated topic, you have simplified us in a very simple 5 steps: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skill. Be aware about your emotions, regulate and control your emotion, motivate people, have empathy with people, and have the social skill. Regulate, understand the behavior of others. And last but not least, Bhaskarda, John Maxwell, 5 levels of leadership.
Yes.
Positional leadership, permission leadership, production leadership, people development leadership, and the pinnacle of leadership. Thank you very much. We really thoroughly enjoyed. A lot of appreciation in the chat box. So we will go for the question and answer. Just a token of recognition for all the people who have appreciated the session. Mr. Arumugam Arashan, Mr. ICS Verma, Paramita Bhattacharya ma'am, Sandeep Bidwai, thank you very much all of you for active listening. They have shared all the learnings also. Mr. Rajnish Negi, Mr. Himanshu Bhatt, Nasruddin Chishti, Mr. Pradeep, Dr. Satish Polsetiwar, and then Vinod Mahadik. Thank you very much everyone for the appreciation. We thoroughly enjoyed. So let us go to the question answer session now. Before taking it, giving to Arpan, one question I want to ask you, Vaskarda. Leaders and managers, right? These both the words are interchanging many a time, right? So, your opinion, according to you, what is the difference between leader and manager?
Okay. Let me see. I would like to read one paragraph. Okay, if you permit me.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. See, managers embrace process, seek stability and control, and instinctively try to resolve problems quickly. Sometimes before they fully understand what the problem is. Okay, but leaders, in contrast, they tolerate chaos and lack of structure and are willing to delay closure in order to understand the issues more fully. They are in no hurry. They want to understand the problem first. Okay, because it may not be a problem at all. In this way, business leaders have much more in common with artists, scientists, and other creative people. So this I gave from another HBR, but coming to very simple, which everyone will understand. I've got this Indian book, Team Development and Leadership. This tells me that manager administers, leader innovates. Manager maintains, leader develops.
Wow.
Manager focuses on systems and structure. Leader focuses on people. Manager has short range view and leaders have long range view. Managers ask how and when, whereas leaders ask what and why. And it goes on like this. But basically, a manager is not a visionary. He's an administrator. But a leader is a thinker, a thought leader, is a visionary. Right?
Wonderful, wonderful. Good insight.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Vaskarda. We really thoroughly enjoyed. Many more questions are there. Definitely will take. Last question before I hand over to Arpan, because we are thoroughly enjoying. According to you, are the leaders born or they are made? Your opinion?
Yeah. No, actually, honestly, I'm very humble that way. And I have no qualms in admitting that.
True.
Whatever I know is from what I read from authors and books. Okay.
True.
I am no one to give my own opinion about leadership. But here I would like to quote Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek, who is a thought leader, everyone should follow Simon Sinek. He says that leadership is a skill. You can acquire, develop, learn that skill. It's like muscle. More you practice, the bigger it becomes.
Jim.
Leadership can be learned. You don't have to be born leader.
True. Bhaskar, you have told 10 leadership style and all are important, and according to situation we also use each one.
Correct.
But do you think is it possible for a person, individual, to have all the leadership quality? Your opinion?
No, in my opinion, it is not possible for an individual to have all the qualities of leadership. I'll tell you why. Because there are so many. Okay, actually, there is I was reading somewhere there are 1,800 qualities of a leader.
Wow.
Okay, so forget that. Only 10 qualities, if you keep in mind, you will not have more than 6. Okay, but it is important for you to know which qualities you don't have. Self assessment. Yes, self-awareness, correct? So With that, you will build a team, those who have those qualities. You will build a team, you will recruit people who are superior to you. You should not be intimidated by recruiting people who are superior to you. You should recruit people who are superior so that your organization grows, all the people grow, because you may not have that quality, but your team member has it. So it's a teamwork, collaboration.
Wonderful.
I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah, excellent. Perfectly. And
Okay.
according to you, already you have mentioned transformational leader
Yeah, correct.
and servant leader. These are
Yes.
the two things you prefer and you vouch for that.
Yes,
Right.
yes, absolutely.
Really excellent.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Vasudha. Thank you. Really
Welcome.
thoroughly enjoyed. Over to Arpan for for interacting. Any feedback from Facebook, or we can go for closing remarks, Arpan?
Yeah, there have been a lot of thoughts pouring in from Facebook and YouTube, but because of the dearth of time, we can
Few
always
questions.
request our speakers to take the questions individually after
Yes.
the end of the session, because it is already 1:15.
Yes.
I know.
So we can take a parting shot from Bhaskar sir and Satwant ma'am, and then I can close this session.
So thank you very much, Bhaskar. But we look forward to you again. Again, please.
Sure.
Sometime next with some different topic, and we will be delighted to have you again. So a closing remark from you. How do you find our this platform, or your closing remarks for our viewers? Take home.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. First of all, I once again thank LPC. Actually, I thank Hitesh. I call him Hitesh. He's junior to me, Hitesh Upreti. He's the one who roped me in, invited me. And of course, Satwant, I know her very well in other forums. So, but you know what? I never used to get angry, but there was some bit of stress, Satwant, that why LPC is not inviting me to speak. Why it took 94 sessions to get a chance in LPC. But today I am happy that finally I got a chance. So my stress is over, but I'm not angry at all. And the other thing is that I have been following, it's not that I've come here today first time. No, I have been following LPC from many episodes. Sunday, what happens is that I would like to share this with the viewers. They can do that also, because Sunday, you know what happens? Sometimes, nowadays, because of lockdown and all, you have to help your wife also, no, for cleaning and washing and all that, right?
Only day
Only
available.
day and all that. But you can keep it on, the audio on. So while you are Bartan Malowing, you can listen to LPC here.
Wonderful thought. Good idea.
Yeah, so keep the audio open, but don't miss LPC. Jo bhi karo.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Bhaskar. Thank you very much. Satwan ma'am, unmute your mic.
I'm very happy to see Yashwantji smiling and laughing on the LPC. It is the first time ever I am watching him doing that. Even Arpan, he's his normal self. So I don't know what's special about today, but Yashwantji is very happy. So,
thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Correct. But it's nice to see you smiling, and I feel like everybody is de-stressed today, and I like the concept of LPC, and what he is saying is even I do it like that, some of the episodes where when we are not on the panel, so we also listen to the LPC program while doing other work. So from the today's take, if I have to take Bhaskara, I'm so thankful for taking us through the journey of the leaders, the definitions to the how the global leaders are being working and displaying their qualities and what we can learn from them, and also from the domestic India market. The few things what I really liked about is the leaders have the qualities that they have, the learning agility that is important.
Yes.
Very, very important. As you said, Nelson Mandela also, the learning, our father had learning agility. So that's the one big quality which the most of the leaders are displaying. Empathy, of course, everybody speaks about. Be a solution provider. Give the solution, don't solve the problem. Give the
Correct.
solution provider. I remember there's examples like they give me a solution and allow the manager or the team to decide on what solution they can pick it up and how they can work on. And be a very decision maker is very important. Be nimble as Dr. As Narayan Murthy sir is pointing out. And I'm very happy to be on the same platform as Bhaskar today to learn this from him. And also thank you LPC to give this opportunity. Thank you SK Sharma ji, you did not come up, I got a chance to present it, but nevertheless, he is all poised to, with the extension of this program, we will take in few of the episodes later on. We will implement it because there is much more to learn on the management part of it. As you said, people know, like, okay, fine, we got it, know how to manage it. So the next sessions we will take it on more methods how to manage stress, anger, emotional outbursts and all this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Before I hand over to Arpan for closing remarks, I would like to thank our support partner, Imagica Health. Thank you very much for supporting. And the reason for me being very happy is I learned how to manage my anger and stress. Not only that, I became a transformational leader today.
Has made one person understand that and make happy. So I think I'm successful today. Thank you so much. You made my day.
Thank you. We are really humbled and grateful, both speakers, to enrich us and our viewer. Over to you, Arpan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yashwant sir. Indeed, Satwant ma'am, you can just judge the effectivity or effectiveness
Impact
of your talk from the smiles that you can find on our faces. So that means this is how effective you were. You have really de-stressed everybody. And one of the most effective de-stressing techniques is the smiles, because we can always get over our angers with the smiles. Bhaskar sir, sorry, it is not a case of FOMO, that is fear of missing out. You are definitely very much a part of LPC. And thank you so much for your wonderful session. In fact, it has been a transformative learning session from both of our speakers. So there is a saying that God made man, good tailors made gentlemen, and good leaders made extraordinary men. So that is what I felt was the gist of what Bhaskar sir said about the good leaders are who can transform ordinary people into extraordinary performers. So, but it is all depending on perception, how we take it. And a small 2-minute story, which I always narrate, with which always says that perception is something that makes a difference. In fact, a couple had bought a donkey from the market, and on the way home, they were just walking along with the donkey when a boy said, "Such a stupid thing. You are making a donkey walk and you are walking beside. Someone should ride the donkey." Well, upon hearing this, the husband let the wife get on the donkey and started walking beside them. And old man saw this and said, "Well, the husband is the head of the family and the wife is riding on the donkey. It looks very bad." So hearing this, the wife quickly got down and let the husband ride the donkey. Well, further on the way home, an old lady commented, "How can the man ride the donkey and the wife is walking beside? It is really unmanly of this person and he is not a gentleman." The husband quickly told his wife also to get on the donkey. Moments passed and then a young man commented, "Poor donkey, how can he be carrying 2 people? It is so cruel of the person to allow 2 people on the donkey." And hearing this, both of them once again alighted from the donkey and started walking beside. And then they thought it is better we carry the donkey on our shoulders rather than making it walk. So they took the donkey on their shoulders, and while they were crossing a narrow bridge, the donkey got frightened and jumped, and the donkey went into the river and the donkey was lost. So friends, in life, we can never please everyone because people have their own perceptions. So one man's food can definitely be the other man's poison. So having trust in one's perception is very important, but at the same time, we must also respect others. So that is exactly what has been LPC also. We have all had our own point of views, but at the same time, we have also respected the other's point of view, because this is where learning begins. And LPC has become the world's largest online learning and sharing platform. So this is time I thank our wonderful speakers, Mr. Bhaskar Chakravarti and Satwant Manku ma'am. It's also time to thank Yashwant sir and little Astha Raman Marke, so who began the session today with such a wonderful note. Well, it is also time I thank our new session support partner, that is Imagica Health, and we are looking forward to a long-term association with you as far as session support is concerned. Well, we are still not over with COVID, so we must again exercise COVID appropriate behavior of SMS, that is sanitization, social distancing, and wearing the mask. And the moment we do this, we continue doing this, we are going to soon get over with this COVID-19 pandemic. So thank you, dear friends. In fact, today morning, we were awakened by a very sad news. So while closing this session also, I would say one very important line on Lata Didi. That is, Shayad fir is janam mein mulaqat ho na ho, but meri awaaz hi pehchan hai. And that is exactly how we will remember Lata Didi. So rest in peace, Didi. You may not be there, but your songs will always be there with all of us. So on this note, I say goodbye to you with a promise of once again connecting with you next Sunday at 11. Thank you so much and goodbye to all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Arpan. Thank you, little Astha.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Arpan, Yashwant,
Thank you.
Astha, Raman, and Satwant, and all the audience.
And all the audience.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Monik, we can go